Welcome, everyone. This is Pilot Needles, and you're listening to LOTRO Players News, where we take a look at latest in LOTRO and hear LOTRO players. And this week, I am joined by Cinders.
Hello.
Hello, Cinders. It is time now for us to go through our latest set of news that we have with our notes for Bowler, which is believed to be the final Bowler before the release.
Yay!
And that is for update 42, beta number 3, for the Legacy of Morgoth. And the thing that they added this week was another 6-player instance called Tul Zakana, which is the Well of Forgetting.
Ooh.
Yeah. And you'll never remember what you did during that instance.
If only that would work out of game as well.
All right, let's see what changed since last time's beta for the champion. Unbreakable's tiered buff will now reapply at the highest tier if you are hit while at the highest tier of the buff. For the Lore Master pets now have an innate threat modifier that matches non-tank player specifications.
Did they have a different kind of a modifier before?
I'm guessing by the way they mentioned that either A, they didn't have any at all. I don't know whether they didn't have any at all or they're at tank levels. But, either way would be. I would presume then that when they say there's that the bears have their own levels to it since they are tanks. But I think I've sometimes noticed my Lore Master pets that all of them seem to be pulling as if they were tanks. So I'm thinking it was pulling too much before.
Oh, that's possible.
Lore Master Ring of Fire now has an innate 10% resistance penetration in PvP and 30% in PvE since it doesn't benefit from the player's finesse.
Boo.
And
I
Staff
should.
Strike.
I liked it better with no resistance.
You liked it better with no resistance?
Right? Like, so when you would put your ring of fire down, nobody had resistance to it?
No, this is an
Oh.
improved resistance penetration.
Oh, it actually is improving it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I thought it was saying since it doesn't benefit from your finesse, we're going to give it these specific levels. And I'm like, no. Okay. That's way better. Sorry. My bad.
Okay.
Been a long
All right.
day.
Yes. Staff Strike's bonus damage applied when it consumes a flank now correctly benefits from single target rather than AoE damage bonuses. All right, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
For the Mariner's Fire Pot now has an innate minus 30% resistance penetration since it doesn't benefit from players' finesse. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, except it's a negative as opposed to a positive
Yeah,
30.
I'm just wondering because I'm wondering whether is that a typo on the
Maybe?
Lore Master site then? Because I think usually when I would have to know, yeah, which one is correct, or if they're literally saying that one of them is. Yeah, I'm not too sure which sign is correct. I guess we're going to have to look into that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go into crafting. Recipes for crafting Seafarer's Lively Crafted Essence boxes, allowing selection of an item level 526 Lively Seafarer's Essence, has been automatically granted to Umbar tier cooks, jewelers, metalsmiths, scholars, tailors, weaponsmiths, and woodworkers.
Well, that's very nice.
All right, so now you can make some really lively essences.
Yes, I like auto bestowal of anything, typically. Except quests. Those are not so great. The auto bestowed quests that you can't get out of, and then suddenly you have too much stuff.
Yeah, there is that. For the landscape, miscellaneous decor placement issues have been resolved. All right. And also some stuck spots. That's always good to hear. And that's it for this week's changes. So next week, they are planning to have the update on Wednesday. So assuming that happens on time, then I'm going to have next week probably a long patch note reading going through all of the changes. Now, most likely, we will do the PvP stuff the week afterwards, since that's a very, very long one, and you'll probably want to digest that by itself. So I'll probably
Yeah.
split the release notes over into 2 episodes
Okay.
instead of, that is unless the release notes turn out to be a lot shorter than I think they're going to be.
Yeah. Makes sense to do it that way.
All right, that's very similar to what we did with the Lore Master during the release of Update 41.
Yep.
All right, then let's head into our store sales. What's on sale this week?
On sale this week, you can start a new journey and get 25% off of character slots if you have not maxed them. Veteran status, stat packages, XP boosts through November 7th, and a free tome of tracking if you do not have a pocket hunter of your own with coupon code on the trail, ONTHETRAIL, without any spaces. Also through November 7th.
All right. So so you can get more character slots. I suspect Sans is already maxed out.
If she hasn't, it's because she hasn't logged on to max out.
In other
Uh,
words, if they've updated it since the unless they've updated since the last time she's logged in, then she's probably maxed out.
yep, basically.
All
Um,
right.
I did make her giggle today when I told her about the tome of tracking. She goes, "Just get a pocket hunter." I was like, "Yep."
Well, yeah, there is that. Then we have a little bit of player type news where there is a new aesthetics LOTRO website. So Aesthetic LOTRO is the name of the website. It's a new cosmetic outfit site. They're, of course, only have a few outfits out right now because they're just getting started.
Ooh, and
So
you
you
can.
could,
Okay, so I just went to the website. I'm going to read the
yeah,
little pop up. Please note that this website is not affiliated with Standing Stone Games or the Lord of the Rings online franchise. If you'd like to contribute outfits, please join our Discord server, and then it includes that information.
okay.
So, um, it is to discover and share your favorite Middle Earth looks. So it looks like they've got about 8 up right now.
Yeah, that's what I see. Yeah.
And a couple light armor, 5 medium armor, and 8 heavy armor.
Well, can't have
Uh,
8 heavy armor if there are only 8.
oh, maybe that's because, that's because of how I selected them. Okay, 3 medium armor. It lets you select multiple. 3 heavy
Okay.
armor. That was the problem. um, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be cool. I'm excited to see what they continue to add.
All right.
And
Now, yeah. Now, note that the
oh,
person putting this up is currently in college, so you know how time can go in and out on what you have in order to do these things when you're in school.
for sure. However, one of the things I really like about this is if you click on the
Okay.
picture,
Yeah.
it pops it out and it tells you
Ooh.
on the pop out window that you have it goes by category: head, back, shoulder, chest, glove, leg, boot. Um,
Okay.
and I like how it broke it down instead of just kind of running them together. I like how and it makes it nice and big it when it pops it out for you. So
Okay, there
It's
you
kind
go.
of
So
cool.
that's aesthetic LOTRO, and we have a link to that in the show notes.
Yes, definitely check it out when you get a chance.
Then let's go to our weekend gaming. What have you been up to?
Well, so my week was a little strange. I was starting to get sick last weekend during the podcast, and I ended up being sick all the way through Wednesday. So I actually didn't do a lot of video game playing. I spent a lot of my time just sitting on the couch watching TV and snuggling dogs because that was all I had energy for. But with the little bit of energy that I did have for video gaming, I played some Dinkum. Because after Pine Leaf was talking about it last week, I was excited to get back on and try it out, and I made a new world and was talking with Sans about it. And then Sans was like, "We should start new islands," and I was like, "Way ahead of you there, sister." Uh, she has spent more time playing it than I have. So her island is a little bit further along than mine is, but I did make it and manage to play through the first full week in game. And then I also updated and played some Valheim with Sans today, and we got a house built, but we've built it too close to one of the cairns, and that happens to spawn skeletons, and we did not know that until I got killed. So, when I went out to gather wood in the dark, I was like, "Oh no, it's a skeleton!" And then I was dead. So, yeah, that was my week in gaming. Pine Leaf, how was yours?
All right. I'll begin with my Angmar Warden, who arrived in Rivendell, and I started that little hunt for the Nazgul that you have in book 4 of the of volume 1 in there. So now I'm starting. I hope to get our little home search since I had all that stuff that I was doing in Cardland. I was doing missions in order to get up to the level where I could actually head into the troll shawls on that. Starting on the troll shawls thing, and I'm hoping that I can hit level 50 before the end of November, so that when the level cap increases, I'll be all nice and ready to head into Moria. We'll see how that comes along. Now, my captain quested beneath the city of the Corsairs, so I'm starting to catch up on the story of the Song of Waves and Wind, hoping that maybe I can finish that. Well, I hope that I can finish that by the end of this weekend, so that I could maybe continue on the story. Though I'm most likely going to first continue on the story with probably with my Warden, my Lore Master, and when I have time to play with you, my Runekeeper. Those will probably be the 3 characters I'll take first through the continued story. Hoping you'll
Makes
have some
sense.
time for some gaming after the release.
um, I am hoping so. This week is crazy because it's conference week, but
Oh, it's
um,
conference week.
yes. So I think I literally have something happening every single evening. Um,
Really?
this week. So, um, and thankfully it's not all conferences, but it all requires that I be away from home and my computer. Um, for significant amounts of time. So it might not be until next week, but
All right.
we might be able to a little bit on Saturday if we get a chance. So,
Okay. We'll see how that goes along. So we could
yes.
see what's really happening out there.
Let's see, I can maybe
Eh,
carve out some time before Sans wakes up. Because when she wakes up, we're packing. So,
all right. And we have we've had Cascadia reached early access now, so I started playing that some and have got through a couple of games of that also in there. So I'll be adding that to my hopefully my video board gaming repertoire. And have you ever played Cascadia?
I have not. Is it an online version of the board game?
Yes, an online version of the board game.
Okay. No, I hadn't even heard of the board game either. So I'm
Oh,
reading about it right now.
okay.
It reminds me a little bit of like what Settlers of Catan looks like.
But it works very differently from Settlers of Catan.
Well, I haven't played that game either. I just have seen the hex tiles. Ooh, but features the habitats and wildlife of the Pacific Northwest. Okay, I'm gonna have to play that one though
Yes.
and check it for accuracy.
Check it for accuracy. Okay, when you have time, you can give a report.
Yes.
All
All
right, and
right.
that's yeah, okay, and that's my week in gaming. We don't have any emails this week, but if you like this one, you can send it to podcast at lotraplayers.com. The Players Alliance has two shows on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Lotra Players News, and we record DDO Players News when Drac is available. This is a short show this week, but I suspect that next week is going to be a lot longer because we are going to have the release of the Legacy of Morgoth, and I am sure that we'll have things to talk about it. Well, assuming we have time to play it between the release and the time in which we have our show. And of course, reading all of those show notes. And you'll be able to listen to us there next week when we have Loach Players News. But until then, this is Pilot Noodles reminding you to skirmish responsibly.